5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. How yous all doing? Welcome wherever you are in the world. We're going to be watching some videos and enjoying ourselves. Just generally trying our best to have a rather good time today. So I hope that you are all having a good one so far. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Duck. Hello, Yidongi. Hello, Sansi. Hello, Jax. Hello, Cherry. Hello, Green J Gamer. We're going to watch some good videos today. I've been really excited to watch these videos. I think they're going to be so sick. And we have more than one. So how you guys doing? Hello, Lord Vegeta. Hello, KM7. Hello, Vertex. How you guys all doing? I hope you've been doing well. I've been getting ready for Legends ZA on the 15th. Exciting stuff. I've been getting some thumbnails made for the streams, and we got some good ones. I found a thumbnail design that I really liked. I want to show you one of them, actually. I might as well since I'm talking about it. But I found a thumbnail design that I was like, oh, this is actually really cute. So this is gonna be like, this is gonna be one of the thumbnails for one of the Legends ZA streams that we do. I actually like this. This is inspired by Alpharad, because I saw it on his thumbnail first. But it's just like the back looking toward a thing. And then it's like, yo, 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 yo. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. And I have a couple of these. I have like a Pokeball throwing one as well. I also have like an older design. I'll probably use all of these in the streams, but I thought that was really cute. I might use that design in like more thumbnails in the future. So I thought it was really cool. Really cool. Really bloody cool. But yeah, how you all doing? Hello? Hello, Graveaway Plus. Oh god, is he dead? Oh, how did Rich do on his sleep lock? I saw he did a sleep lock yesterday. I have to see, did he finish it? How long did he end up streaming for? Oh, where's the stream? He's unlisted it. He beat it. Where's the bloody stream gone? He's unlisted it. Oh, wait, was it more than 12 hours? Because you can't save a VOD that's more than 12 hours. Like 10 hours? Oh, I guess you should be able to then. I wonder why it's not on his channel. Maybe there's like a link to it somewhere. I mean, regardless, if it's not there, maybe he doesn't want it to be seen. I don't know. Where's the other stream at? What other stream? What are we reacting to? Well, first off, we got ourselves a new Frank video. That looks like an absolute banger. And then we have a Wolfie video after that. How you still doing? Also, we still have Mega Evolution packs. I have a booster. I had a booster box of Mega Evolution. We have a ton of packs. So if at any point in the stream we get 5 gifted memberships, I'm gonna rip one of these packs. We did pull the incredible Mega Gardevoir SIR, which is just an insane pull. Like the chances of that are astronomically small, like insanely small, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So like, I could not ask for any more, but it would be pretty sick to get more, you know? Are we gonna open more packs today? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we have them here. I even have a Pokemon Center ETB, which has 11 packs in it as well. So, pretty good. How you guys all doing? Hello, Cyclone. Hello, Banana. Hello, Special Wiener. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, I mean, if we get 2 SIRs in the same... I don't even know if you can get 2 SIRs in the same booster box, but like, what? You know what? There's only one way to find out, chat. There's only one way to find out. Am I going to be doing Digimon Strangers? Nah, I mean, Legends ZA comes out in 4 days. And, I mean, I was never, like, a massive Digimon person. I think the only real Digimon games that I played was... I played Digimon Rumble Arena 2, which was a great game, by the way. Great, love that game. But I wasn't really much of a Digimon person. I mean, I watched the anime a little bit, but not a huge amount. So... I mean, I like Greymon. Greymon's cool. He has a really sick design. But, I mean, I don't see myself... I'm also, like, not a massive monster catcher game person. I mean, it does look good, though. It does look good. I just know that I can't start that now, because if I were to start that now, I wouldn't finish it, because ZA's in 5 days, so... Chances of that are quite low. Yeah, then, you know, everyone's going to jump on ZA, and that's going to be a wrap for that, I imagine. Is it expensive? Digimon, what's it called? Time Strangers? What a funny name. Digimon Time Stranger. Digimon Story Time Stranger. Funny name that. It's what, $70? Oh, how much is it in pounds? £55? I guess that's kind of like the normal price for a game now, isn't it? But, you know, ZA is in like 5 days. Or 4 days. 4 days if you're gonna be Australian, like I am. If I'm gonna be Australian. Apart from Pokemon, I don't play any monster catchers. But there is a game coming up that I'm pretty excited about. I'm actually doing a sponsor for it soon, and it's made by a couple of friends of mine. So that's pretty cool. I think the art style of the new Alestrals game looks really sick. But we do have a little bit of React to do today. So why don't we jump into that? I need to put it in the pinned comments. Yeah, if you don't know, the Alestrals team are making a game. By the way, if you don't know, Alestrals is a TCG that was created by A-Drive that is then expanded into a franchise of more things, like including a video game. And they're making like a monster catcher tamer type of game. And the art style looks so sick. It's like a 2.5D pixel art, and it looks really sick. And the attack animations look really cool too. So that's exciting too. Well, I am excited for ZA. I think it'll be a fun first playthrough, you know. And honestly, it'll be the first time a new Pokemon game comes out that I don't immediately Nuzlocke. So I'm just gonna be trying to finish the game and trying to complete everything, trying to get the Pokedex all done and all that. So yeah, I mean that'll be different for me as well. All right, gamers, gang. It's time to begin. Ish. I love this song so much. I can't believe such a good song is a Duel Link song. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of really good Duel Link songs, but it's such a good song. I absolutely love it. All right. Right. Stay hydrated. It's time to begin. Time to begin. Here we can. Wait, can I theater mode it? I can't theater mode it yet. Can I do this? Oh, it's not gonna. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Okay. 5. Wait. Oh my god. The board is still up. I'm so sorry. 5, 4. I made a Pokemon immortal using only abilities. Well, I didn't. Frank did. I actually was in a call with Frank a few days ago, and he was talking about this video, and I was like, "How would you even do that?" That sounds impossible, because some ability, like, what about neutralizing gas? But I assume that Frank, the intelligent, smart man that he is going to solve that problem within probably the first few seconds. But there's only one way to find out.
Hey.
Oh god, Frank, you're really small. Not in real life, just on my screen right now. Oh, he's all vertical in that. It's a new approach to this. Hey,
sorry.
how you doing?
Hey, what's up? So normally a Pokemon can only have one ability at a time, but thanks to modern technology, we can
And Calyrex Shadow Rider
combine any of the 267 abilities in the game into one Pokemon, giving them
That is pretty sick. I've seen this on... Luke did this. Luke did a video where you had Pokemon with like multiple abilities at the same time, which seems sick, but it also seems like the game would crash a lot with this, because it was never meant to be like that.
multiple abilities at once. So that obviously begs the question, how many abilities...
Oh, that was mate, that was a good transition. I'm
giving
sorry,
them
hold on,
multiple
look at this. Okay, so that was a good transition
at
there.
once. So that obviously...
Boom, and then you got the exact same... Oh man, it looks... Wait, is it exactly the same? Oh, even the trees are in the same place. He's just recreated the battle place. All the trees are in the same place. Except Mustard must have gotten lost because he's not here anymore.
The question, how many abilities would it take to become immortal?
I mean, okay, the first thing is, like, how do you get past neutralizing gas? How do you get past neutralizing gas, and how do you get past mold breaker? If you can solve that, then you're sorted. I mean, I suppose, like, you make it flying type because it has a lot of immunities. Ghost flying does that have the most immunities? Ghost flying? Maybe not. I'm not sure.
There's two things.
Oh my god, was that a Vsauce? Was that a hey Vsauce Michael here moment?
abilities would it take to become immortal? There's two
That was a Vsauce Michael. Hey Vsauce Michael here. How many Pokemon abilities would it take to become immortal?
things I want to know. First, is it even possible?
Oh my god, why is there 2 francs? sorry, there's 2 francs. Sorry, jump scared 2 francs.
Can any combination of abilities make a Pokemon completely immune to everything in the game?
Is that the iPhone camera HUD? It is the iPhone camera HUD. Is he recording this with his... No, it's not recording. What?
Combination, and
I love the way that Frank edits because some of it will just like stand out and I'm like, what is going on?
Everything. I mean, like, I don't want this Pokemon to even have a chance of taking a single point of damage. We're not going to be using items. We're not going to be using moves. I just want to send him out and him just like be untouchable is the plan. And secondly,
I think from just my perspective from before the video, this feels like it's impossible. I feel like it's not. But there's 14 more minutes of this video. So it must be true. It must be possible.
if this is possible, what is the minimum amount of abilities that we would need to create this scenario? And let me just put a quick PSA, because there's a chance this really is impossible, or maybe it's, I don't know. I didn't do a lot of thinking, okay? I'll be honest. I didn't really sit here and think about it much. I just kind of turned on the camera and this is what we're doing now. So you're stuck with me and we're gonna figure it out, all right?
I love the multiple angles.
Deal. All right, step one, we have to figure out, what kind of abilities are even useful here.
Oh, he's got that big widescreen monitor as well. What abilities do you want? You want immunity abilities. You want abilities that will absorb different types of damage because you need to be immune to every single type of damage. You also need abilities that will turn off other people's abilities. So neutralizing gas can't stop you from being hit.
Right? We have things like Flash Fire, Levitate, Water Absorb, etc., etc.
Yeah,
these are all abilities that give some sort of typing immunity, which might be useful. Or things like Magic Guard, giving immunity to status attacks, or Wonder Guard, giving immunity to any move that's not super effective.
I mean, that's a great place to start. And then you remove all your super effective things, and then you get blasted by neutralizing gas. Are there some abilities that can't be suppressed by neutralizing gas? What are those? Maybe like the transformation abilities can't be suppressed?
I feel like,
bruh, how are you up this early and awake? Okay, Joshua, I want you to guess what time it is where I live. I'm curious.
any combination of these abilities is going to be really useful. So my first idea was to take a pure electric type like Pikachu, who's only weak to ground, give him the ability Wonder Guard, making it immune to every damage attack that's not ground. Then you throw on the ability Levitate, giving him a ground immunity. All of a sudden, you know, he is now immune to every single damaging attack in the game.
Unfortunately, he's launched himself into space as well.
Which is just a phenomenal start. You know, it's pretty cool that we can completely shut down 445 moves, or about 67% of the game, with just 2 abilities and a little rat man. But unfortunately,
it is 2 p.m. as I'm recording this. It's not that early.
This was the easy part. Okay, so yeah, here's the issue. Gravity is a move that takes every Pokemon who's in the air and puts them on the ground. So now,
you need Earth Eater. But Earth Eater is not even in Sword and Shield.
Unfortunately, despite having Levitate, Pikachu is still weak, or able to be hit by a ground-type move. Yeah, okay, so maybe Levitate just isn't the vibe.
Why is Mustard the ops in this video? Mustard really hates the idea of you being invincible with abilities. He just hates that. He despises it. He's more of an ability purist. In fact, he's more of a Gen 1er that actually, he thinks that abilities shouldn't exist at all because he's so old. He's like, oh, back in my day, you couldn't even do that.
You know, what if we used a different... Hang on, let me think. Just give me a moment. So I decided to remix the idea and use a Scizor instead, who's Bug and Steel, only weak to fire-type attacks, and then instead of Levitate, we just give him Flash Fire, which makes him immune to those fire-type attacks. But the real...
And he also can't get poisoned that way as well, but he can get burned. So maybe you make him... Oh, no, he can't. He can't get burned because of Flash Fire. So he can't be poisoned, he can't be burned. Those are the 2 statuses that do damage to you. Oh, God, is there another one? Oh, he can be leech seeded. Oh, dear.
The issue with this Wonder Guard strategy is that we rely so much on our typing. If at any point our typing is changed with the move like Soak or Forest Curse, which are moves that exist and are annoying. It completely ruins everything. It opens up new weaknesses, which allows us to get hit.
So we're definitely going to need some more abilities here. I mean, maybe the combination of like Magic Guard and Magic Bounce.
You might have to combine every single type of mini ability that there is together, and then it doesn't matter what your type is because you're already immune to everything anyway.
Because I think Magic Bounce would...
Does Magic bounce back soak?
Reflect the
oh my god,
soak
it does!
back at them. Ah, dude, this is...
Joke's on you, Fish. Now you're the wet
It was
one.
actually hurting my brain.
So the next ability that made sense to me was Magic Guard, which gives an immunity to like indirect damage, things like burn, poison, hazards, weather, and etc.
Leech
these are all things
as
that
well. And Magic Bounce will bounce back to the Leech Seed. Magic Guard, Magic Bounce, perfect combo. We might be on with something
definitely
here.
needed protection from. And then Magic Bounce allowing you to reflect a lot of the common status moves back at the opponent. So, and my sweet summer child, you might be thinking, oh, surely, I don't know why you sound 80. Surely you don't need Magic Guard and Magic Bounce.
Oh, Frank, surely you're a wizard. You can't have that much magic. You're only allowed a little bit because of the magic regulation law of 1902.
Oh, you're a fool.
Sorry. Wow. Okay. I mean, I was just citing the laws. Okay. I don't know if they changed the laws. Why would they change the magic regulation laws of 1902? That doesn't make any... They were perfect laws. Show me a more perfect law than that.
That's the...
Thou shalt not murder. That's not a law. That's a commandment. Sorry.
Dumbest shit.
I mean, you're not supposed to, but that is a law not to murder. It's thou shalt not. That was the commandment. I don't think they say thou shalt not in the actual law for that. Unless they do, in which case that's funny.
I've ever heard in my life. No, I'm kidding. There is a lot of overlap, right? Like both of these abilities would stop Toxic, but the difference is Magic Guard protects against indirect damage from doing damage to us, and then Magic Bounce stops directed status attacks at us from hitting us. And I know it sounds like the same thing, but there's a bunch of moves that are blocked by either one or the other. Sorry, I didn't mean to flick you off.
Whoa! Whoa! He's doing it with the 2 fingers now! Hang about! What's all this?
This whole clip was a shit show.
You can't do the 2-finger one as well. Follow up the 1 finger with the 2 finger.
I'm busy. Now, even with our magical defense, there are 2 glaring moves that go through both of them.
Wait, okay, what is it? It's a move. Oh god, wait, it's a move. Moves that ignore abilities. Are the moves that ignore abilities? Oh god, there might be. There should be. There's got to be. Oh, there is. There's wait, there's some that ignore protect. There's ones that ignore stat boosts, like the sword moves. Is there a move that ignores abilities? Does Hyperspace Hole ignore abilities?
Destiny Bond and Patterrz Song can still cause a Pokemon with Magic Guard to faint.
Oh.
The first thing that comes
because it's not targeted. That makes sense.
to mind if we wanted to block Patterrz Song would be like Soundproof, which is an ability that blocks sound moves. So that would at least cover for that.
Destiny Bond, though, is not nearly as forgiving. I mean, I looked. There's nothing. There's no ability. There's no niche mechanic or typing or Pokemon or like within the rule set that we've established. We're not using moves. We're not using items. Like, it's extremely hard to shut down. So I decided to table it and, call a rain check and come back to it later.
And now with Soundproof, we should be immune to, right?
No?
You didn't hear it. Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Rip Bozo. Sizzler's got his earplugs in. What are you going to do, buddy?
So at this
Sizzle's got his AirPods in. He's listening to Taylor Swift's new album that apparently isn't very good.
point, we were at 5 abilities. Wonder Guard, Flash Fire, Magic Guard, Magic Bounce, and Soundproof.
Okay, I mean, that is a pretty small amount of abilities, all things considered.
A pretty damn good lineup for the amount of immunity we're getting.
But there is still a giant neutralizing gas-shaped elephant.
Yeah, there it is. All right, how do we get past neutralizing gas, folks? How do we do it?
Present in the room with us.
Neutralizing gas is the exclusive ability of Coughing, Wheezing, and the other guy, and it takes every ability on the field and completely shuts them down. But it doesn't work on every ability.
Does it really not work on as one? Really? I thought it wouldn't work on transformation abilities. The one that makes Terrapagos transform into its turtle boy form.
There's a handful of abilities that it just doesn't work on, and one of those abilities is as one. And let me give you a little peek behind the hood. We are modifying as one to give all of these abilities to our Scizor here.
Oh, so inherently this idea just immediately shuts down neutralizing gas because it's built off of as one. I mean, even if you wanted to be like nitty-picky about it, you just add as one on the ability of the amount of abilities that you're using, and then boom, you're sorted. No problems.
And I haven't tested this. My thought is, because we are overwriting as one to give Scizor all of these different abilities, I don't think neutralizing gas is going to be able to shut them down.
Does it?
Is the theory.
Is it
hang on, the ability's
Oh.
still procced. Hang on, I think we're fine. We need to be immune to this. We just simply need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it works! All right. Okay. Next one, Mold Breaker. How does that one work?
Let's go, baby. All right, that was, I'm not gonna lie, we dodged an insane bullet with that. We dodged an unbelievably wheezing shit.
It would be a really short video if it did work like that. It would actually probably just be a YouTube short at that point.
Bullet with that.
But speaking of, we actually do need neutralizing gas as a part of our repertoire because there's other abilities in the game that could damage us.
Oh, like Mold Breaker! Sorted. Oh my days. Wait, does neutralizing gas doesn't shut down your own abilities. I think he's done it. I think that's it. Neutralizing gas. All of a sudden, like what can even hurt you at this point? If neutralizing gas shuts down Mold Breaker, so that can't do anything at that point. And then you're sorted. All right, wrap it up. I'd imagine not so because we're halfway through the video, but this seems solid.
Things like Aftermath or Innards Out or
Right, okay, so yeah, no, forgot about that one. Of course, right.
Rough Skin or abilities that allow them to break through our abilities like Turbo Blade.
Oh no, of course it still doesn't work. Neutralizing gas is so good. I always say that the ability to shut down on another person's abilities is like one of the most powerful ability in any verse. A race ahead in My Hero. There's more examples of this in many fantasy series. There is using a specific type of metal in Mistborn to extract all of the metals from another person. That's a really niche one.
Mold Breaker, so we need neutralizing gas to shut down their abilities that could hit us.
However, there are moves that also ignore abilities.
I knew there was. Is Hyperspace Hole ignore abilities?
So,
Whoa, Moongeist Beam ignores abilities. Someone said that in chat
a
before.
bit off more than I could chew with this video. No, it's possible. It's
But if you're normal type, then that's not a problem, is it? Moongeist Beam?
possible.
So anyways, this is where everything goes downhill. There
Oh, but there's still Sunsteel
are
Strike too.
3 signature moves of Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma that do damage regardless of the Pokemon's abilities, as well as 3 G-Max moves from the Gen 8 starters that have the same additional effect.
But we don't have to worry about that. We'll just say, guys, no Dynamaxing, and then there we go. So
It's like the ability Mold Breaker tied into a move, which is a problem.
Oh, that is brutal. That is so brutal.
yeah, that's tough.
Okay. How the hell do we stop that?
Yeah, normal makes you weak to fighting, so you can get hit by that. That's true too. And there's no fighting immune ability or anything like that. That's tough. Or unless you're normal ghost. Boom. Sorted. Well, actually, it doesn't work because then you have Sunsteel Strike and you have Photon Geyser, which also become a problem. Ghost Dark. No, Sunsteel Strike would still hit that.
It's like, okay, so they, oh, fuck. That sucks so bad. Like, I feel like we've covered for so much, right? Like, it doesn't feel like it because
And you're weak to Fairy. I forgot about Fairy. Bloody hell.
keep just coming up with these niche, stupid moves that do counter what we've been doing. But like realistically, like if you look at it on paper, we are immune to every damage attack in the game minus we're immune to every sort of indirect damage, Leech Seed, Confusion, any status attack that targets us, we block. We're immune to Parasong. We're immune to any ability that could possibly damage us or allow them to damage us. It's pretty damn comprehensive.
There's not a lot of abilities that shut down moves.
Do you think this Scizor with all these abilities could beat Goku?
I mean, there's like
There's no chance he can never hurt Goku.
Like cursed, what's it called? Like cursed body that can like disable a move that
You still have to get hit by it though, don't
we're
you?
hit by. But even then, right, like it's a chance. It's a chance and it would happen after they've already hit us, right? So like that kind of doesn't work. Going into it, I actually kind of thought,
What the? Is he been doing like construction? There's like the ladder there. Oh, wait, is this environmental storytelling? Guys, I think this ladder is environmental storytelling because it shows how Frank got the iPhone up on the wall to begin with. You can see the ladder and the screwdriver there. I love environmental storytelling.
it might have been like an open and shut case. I kind of thought, oh, Wonder Guard plus Magic Guard just blocks everything. But like, stupid me, stupid for thinking it'd be that simple. Color change. We could do like some sort of typing, like type change thing, like maybe Protean. I mean, obviously we're trying not to use
But then you'd be weak to other moves.
Wait, what about Sturdy?
Sturdy. 1 health point, Sturdy. Ooh, 1 health point, Sturdy.
allows a Pokemon
I didn't even think about that. I completely didn't think about
to
that.
survive on 1 HP from full, and if that Pokemon is Shedinja with only 1 HP, the ability will just perpetually keep him alive no matter what attack hits him. What's cool about this strategy too is we can reduce the amount of abilities we're using from 6 to 5 because we don't need Wonder Guard.
Yeah, you still need Magic Bounce, you still need Magic Guard because of Leech Seeds, Sandstorm, etc.
And Flash Fire, we just need Sturdy.
Now,
But you still get hurt by... Wait, what do you get hurt by? There's still something. Mold Breaker. No, you don't, because Neutralizing Gas, you don't get hit by Mold
I
Breaker.
don't know if Moongeist Beam and Sunsteel Strike will go through Sturdy. I don't think they will. I don't think
But
they
wait, if it ignores abilities, then it would.
will.
wouldn't it?
I actually think this is it.
Now, unlike Wonder Guard, Sturdy is not making us immune to these attacks, right? Like, technically, any damaging move...
Oh, okay. But that's interesting because it should go through Sturdy. It shouldn't allow Sturdy to keep the Pokemon alive if it ignores abilities.
can still hit us.
Right?
It's just practically it won't do any damage. And I thought that was the difference. I figured, okay, sure, these moves can bypass Wonder Guard, but Sturdy isn't stopping them. You know what I mean? Like Sturdy, I'm not touching you. I'm not like, yeah, go ahead, buddy. What?
I'm just swinging my arms in a certain direction, and if you get hit by it, then it's your fault.
There's nothing to stop.
All right, there's the Moongeist Beam. I mean, it's still... Oh.
Yeah, let's go Shedinja! Woo! We love this guy! Yeah, I guess if your Pokemon loves you, then that makes them... Oh my god, their solution the whole time was the power of friendship. If they don't land a Moongeist Beam, then they can't kill you.
Okay, no, I appreciate the thought, but you know, you need to be hit by it. Respectfully, you need to be hit by it. It will be able to hit us, but it won't do a single point of damage. Is kind of the idea.
He's
It's like
dead,
the
isn't he?
animation will still go off, but
No, he's dead. Aw. That's unfortunate.
that's
That's a real shame.
Right. No, for sure. Does it just ignore Sturdy? Hang on. We need to.
I guess if it ignores abilities, it really just ignores abilities.
We need a control. We need a control. So okay, if you go for Shadow Ball instead, do we tank that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
bad
chill.
news.
Just give it a focus band and you'll never die.
Yeah.
Wait, give it a focus sash. Oh, he's not using items. A focus sash. Well, a focus sash would only work once.
That's
so
horrible
wouldn't it?
news. Okay, Moongeist Beam just goes through Sturdy. God, man. Come on, dude. Come on. You give me that, man. Moongeist Beam inflicts damage, ignoring all ignorable abilities during the execution of that move. Okay, so these are all the abilities that can be ignored. Yeah, it's
So which abilities can't be ignored?
literally any ability. That sucks so bad. It's every ability that even remotely affects the success of a move. Even if it's just as simple as like reducing the amount of damage it does. So like if we wanted to block this attack, we would need an ability
Yeah, maybe it can't be done.
that's not on this list that also blocks it. What sucks too is like the abilities that do this very thing, we have a counter for. It's just the fact that they're moved.
It's just built into a move, so you can't protect versus it. I mean, you can protect one turn, but then what do you do the next turn? Just protect again?
It's literally just the fact that they're
Also, the aim is to make a Pokemon that is immune to everything, regardless of using items or using moves, which is really, really hard, especially just because of these bloody moves. I mean, those kind of that's basically checkmate there. Like, your king is being currently slaughtered by a massive bat and a lion.
If they weren't
And whatever the Necrozma is supposed to be, a hollow shell.
moves, we could counter it easily with neutralizing gas. But because they are attacks and they exist, I wouldn't say it's Jover, but it's definitely compromised.
What? We are compromised. I repeat, we are compromised. You know, it's not compromised. Code Patterrz at Gamer Subs, baby. That's right. You can get 10% off anything you buy from bloody Gamer Subs. They have delicious beverages and things and merchandise. Never be compromised.
It's definitely we're gonna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's
I'll
okay.
see you.
It's chill. Nah, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
2 days. Okay.
It's cooked. I think I need to just like accept it. But damn, I don't know. That's just so annoying.
But if you include the moves and the items, maybe an idea can come to you.
Like, is there like? Let me look at the ability list again.
I mean, I tried damn near everything. I was like, okay, what if we did an Obstagoon with normal and dark type, becoming immune to Moongeist Beam and Photon Geyser? But can't be immune to Sunsteel Strike because it's a Steel type move, and don't even get me started on the G-Max attacks. And on top of that, Wonder Guard wouldn't even work because it would open up much more fucking weaknesses. So that sucked. I even thought about giving our Pokemon Normalize and then trying to give that ability to these Pokemon so that their moves would become normal type.
Yo, that's smart though. But wait, if you swap abilities, then you also give it the Wonder Guard, don't you?
And then we can become immune to them. But of course, how the fuck do you do that without a move? And then I thought, okay, what if we had 2 abilities blocking it at a time, right? Like maybe like Wonder Guard and Sturdy would be enough to shut it down because it can only go through one at a time. It goes through both.
It just doesn't care.
Dude, this blows. This blows massive dude. What if we added a third ability? Hear me out. What if we just... All right, we got 3 lines of defense. We got Sturdy 1 HP, Wonder Guard, and Sap Sipper. All 3 of these individually should be able to block a damaging grass move.
I don't think it's gonna work. I think this is maybe...
Oh, yeah, here it comes.
A little cope mode. Yep, there it is.
Okay, yeah, that looks like it's ignoring it. Yep. Okay. Right.
Unfortunately.
The crit too.
Yo, crit mattered actually. I think if it didn't crit, he probably would have been immune to it.
Okay, really unnecessary. Super not cool. I mean, listen, I sat there for hours. I sat there for hours and hours trying to workshop this, and we were so close. Like, literally.
Well, if you're only weak to 6 technically, but if you not include Dynamax, 3 signature moves from 3 very specific Pokemon, functionally, for the most part, you are immune to everything. You just know that, okay, if a Lunala, Solgaleo, or Necrozma comes along, which, chances are quite low. I don't think there's many of them just walking around, hanging out, going to the restaurants, and wanting to pick fights with random Shedinjas. You're pretty much there. You basically done it.
5 abilities, 1 little bug man, and you can become immune to 659 moves, or 98.9% of the entire game.
It's so tough because I feel like there must be something, but there isn't. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm being stupid. Leave a comment. We could turn this into a group activity. Oh, the end card just showed up. Cool. Yeah, that's, if you guys want to check it out, that's another video you can watch.
It's the end of the video.
Blast. I got a dentist, man.
There must be a way.
But I'll leave you 2 alone. Just think about clicking it. I don't know. I'm sure it'd be fun.
Come back.
All right, here we go.
There must be a way.
Not gonna be happy that I'm not flossing. Ooh, I hate to break the news. Oh, it's gonna be horrendous.
What we need to do is we need to kill Solgaleo, Necrozma, and Lunala. We need to send them back to the ultra space. We need to put them in the bag. We put them in the bag. Ability Shield is Gen 9, unfortunately. It's not even in Generation 8 for as far as I can remember. So I don't think there is actually any way to do it. I think he's pretty much cooked on that regard. Even though the rule set said that you can't use items anyways, which is, that's part of the rules. Ability shield's not even in the game, so wouldn't work, unfortunately. Sad. Very sad indeed. What was the move that would work? Covert Cloak helps? Yeah, not in Gen 8. Normalize and entrainment. But if you do entrainment, it gives them all the abilities that you have. So you'd also be giving them like Wonder Guard and Mold. Oh well, I guess you'd be giving them neutralizing gas. But actually, I guess it wouldn't work. Maybe that would be fine. I don't know. Maybe that would work. I'm not really sure. Would it still work? I don't know. I don't know. You make the best complex battle videos. I'd love another one of those where you use the RPG classes. Thank you, Javier. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do want to do another one of those. I have like new classes that I made for them as well. So the next time that we do it, there will be more classes and things. So yeah, we're definitely going to do another one of those. I'm glad that you liked it though. Thank you very much. I like those too. I hope you guys like the Deal or No Deal video as well. So if you haven't seen that one, you should probably watch it. It's really good. It's really pretty good. Really pretty good. I would highly recommend that. Oh man, I thought I was getting myself settled in, and it's over. Okay, that was a really good video. Always subscribe to Frank. The videos are always so good. The later half of the video is him coming to terms with ignores abilities means ignores abilities. And then you just get ability shield, which is like, it's just sorted. All right, shall we move on to the second video of the day? Boom! There it is. Subscribe to Wolfie. There we go. We are indeed going to do another react today. Yes. Also, we still have some Mega Evolution packs that we could potentially open as well. I do love Mega Evolution. It is sick. I can't believe we pulled the SIR God of War. I mean, that is just like a mind blower, honestly. An absolute mind blower. I'm still flabbergasted by that. I am actually flabbergasted. Wait, where is it? It's right here. I'm flabbergasted by this. How did we get so lucky? How do we get so fortunate and so lucky? How is it even possible that this happened? This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's so cool. Yeah, it is really cool. What can I say? Very fortunate individual. Very fortunate, very lucky to have you all here. Appreciate it. All right, shall we dive into the second video of the day? Oh, tomorrow we're going to be doing what do you call them? a live then we fight. We're going to be doing another live then we fight. We're going to be using the viewer eggs again. We're going to be hatching like another 18-ish viewer eggs and doing basically the exact same thing we did last time, except Luke's going to have his from his community and I'll have mine from my form. So we're going to be doing another live then we fights later on. Do I think Darkra will get a Mega Evolution? I don't think so, but it would be really cool if it did. Yeah, it would be sick. Like, I'd absolutely love it, but I don't think that it will. It would be pretty cool, but I don't see it happening. Yeah, we're gonna show off some more eggs on all that tomorrow, so that'll be good. As well. And then I'm still playing around with this idea of doing like a monotype genlock where I try and beat every single region, but with every region we either use the same type throughout all of the regions, or every region we randomly generate a type and try and beat it with that. And then if we lose, we go back to the start of the game, generate a new type, and then try again. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of what the idea for that would be, because some types for some games seems kind of impossible. How would Fairy work? I guess we just wouldn't add Fairy to the possible types until it becomes available. Like, when Generation 6 rolls around, that's when you can add Fairy. And then I was also thinking, like, how would you start the game? Because with a lot of types don't have a Pokemon until, like, you're mostly done with the game. Like, think about Dragon. Think about how hard Dragon would be. And I was like, oh, well, I guess, like, I suppose what you do is you would just add, like, a 3-stage evolution line Pokemon that could function as the starter for a region. Like, I don't know, Magnemite, if you were doing Steel types, or something else. Pawniard if you were in Scarlet and Violet doing Dark or something like that. I don't know. Do that, but if you lose, the type gets deleted. Oh, wow. That would be kind of crazy. You could randomize it. No, I specifically would not want to randomize it. It would be a normal run of the regular games. I wouldn't randomize it. That way you can actually like build out strategies and think about, okay, like I know what's coming up. How am I going to defeat it with restricted whatever I have? Dude, deleting the types as you go would be crazy. I guess what you could do is if you beat the region with the type, you don't delete it. And only if you lose a run do you delete the type. I mean, that would still be really hard because you would essentially only have like one potential loss per region, which is like, that's insane. Oh, that would be so hard. That would be incredibly hard. If you lose all your types, you go back to the beginning. Oh, that would be crazy. Oh, I'm actually kind of scared of that idea. I'm a little scared of it. I guess if you had some like rules in place, like, okay, you can start with a Pokemon of that type, and to take out the grinding, you could things like if you could get an item at a certain point in the game, then you can just get the item. You don't have to like grind for the item because I see a lot of hardcore Nuzlocke that are like, oh yeah, and then we got to Celadon City and I got Ice Beam, and I'm like, to get Ice Beam you have to grind out a ton of money or you have to gamble forever. But if you could just like get the Ice Beam when it's available to you, then that feels, you know, more doable. I don't know. I think deleting a type that you lose with so that you're losing types is more like, it's more scary. If you beat it, you should delete it. Maybe. I think, deleting it if you lose is more scary because then you can run out. Deleting it if you win is, it feels better. It'll probably take a lot longer, but it does feel better. I'm a big A watcher. Yeah, I listen to them on the way to the gym. Anyway, sorry. Shall we begin? Pack up, and let us begin. It's time to Wolfie. It's time to wolf our VGC. They wolf in my VGC. They video game the Wolfie. They're wolfing on the VGC. They wolf the VG until it's C. Anyway, subscribe to Wolfie, please. The worst evolutions in Pokemon. Oh my god, they're gonna talk about Fortress. Well, now I feel bad. I'm sorry, any Fortress enjoyers out there. John Stone, I'm sorry. That was mean of me. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not
Pokemon
built
get
for this.
stronger when they evolve. That's like a core tenet of the entire franchise. After all, if evolving your Pokemon made them worse, then you wouldn't go through the trouble in the first place.
It does. There are some scenarios where it does make them worse, but there's also some scenarios where it doesn't make them necessarily worse or better. Like Scyther, I always found this weird. When Scyther evolves, its base stat total doesn't change. It just shuffles around. Scizor, Cleavor, and Scyther all have the same base stat total at 500. They just shuffle the stats around. Now, I will say, Scizor is way better than Scyther.
But not all evolutions are created equal. And sometimes, the absolute garbage Pokemon you just spent an entire week trying to evolve simply wasn't worth the effort. Now obviously, not every Pokemon is supposed to be a big hit. Your Route 1 bug Pokemon shouldn't be as strong as your endgame dragon. I made an entire video.
It could be though. I mean, listen, you point that sting at the right place, it's going to take down a dragon. Nothing is immune to all damage. I found that out by watching Frank's I Made a Pokemon Immortal Using Only Abilities video. Nothing's immune to all damage. Everything can be killed by Summon.
Breaking down why it's a good thing that some Pokemon are stronger than others, and how within a generation of Pokemon, it's good to have a whole wide spectrum of strength. But what I
mean, it makes sense, right? Because you have this Pokemon world, and it's supposed to be based off of like actual environments in which, you know, there are predators and there are prey. Like some creatures are small and weak and pathetic. And some creatures are large and strong and in charge, like Shady Penguin.
think is really interesting is when a Pokemon's evolution comes in a later generation, sometimes over a decade after the original Pokemon was introduced. Starting in generation...
Okay, is Primeape to Annihilate the best glow up on the entire series? If we're thinking straight, like, evolution or pre-evolution to evolution, it's the best glow up. I wouldn't even say that Magikarp to Gyarados is the best glow up, especially since Annihilate came so many years afterwards. God, I love that they did that.
Game Freak began introducing new evolutions to existing Pokemon lines, with a major wave coming in Generation 4. Now, I can tell you as somebody who was a kid when Diamond and Pearl came out, these new evolutions were really cool.
Sorry, what did Palkia and Dialga say? Sorry, Dialga says, Gug Yug Yugba. and then Palkia, he actually says something different. He says, Gag Yag Ya.
Pokemon that I thought were finished.
I didn't realize, it makes sense that they would say something different. It's just funny when you read it out. Ali, holy shit, thank you so much for being a 26-month God Needle. Holy shit, you just become a member on Warpath as well? There's no benefits for that, but thank you. Thank you very much indeed. You truly do get any benefit apart from supporting me, so thank you very much.
Having already reached their final forms, were suddenly bursting with new potential that I'd never even considered. And interestingly enough, it seemed like the Pokemon being given new evolutions were Pokemon not quite strong enough to keep up with competitive play at the time. Like, let's be honest, Roselia and Piloswine are not doing much against Garchomp and Cresselia.
Yeah, I mean, Magneton, of this lot, I'd say Magneton is, like, potentially, I don't know, especially when you give it the evolution it has Eviolite now. Magneton's quite cool.
But not every Pokemon given a new chance at competitive viability was taken seriously. In fact, some of them appear to be a big joke to the big Pikachu pulling the strings. And it was one of these Pokemon that actually made me want to make a video about this in the first place.
Is it Dunsparce?
A Pokemon introduced in Scarlet and Violet.
Is it Dunsparce?
Dunsparce.
It is! Yes! All right, you know what? I'm happy I got that one. The Dunsparce is, well, the thing about the Dunsparce is you have to consider whether you're gonna look at the things that I'm really stalling to try and figure out like a redeeming quality about this Pokemon, and it's really tough. I'm really struggling with this one. The Dunsparce has lots of drill moves, and you know what else drills? The Big Daddy from BioShock, one of my favorite games of all time. So you know what? The Dunsparce can't be that bad.
The Dunsparce is the Generation 9 evolution to the Generation 2 Pokemon, Dunsparce. Now, Dunsparce is something of a fan favorite within the community, in part because it's goofy looking, and I think also in part because it's just such a terrible Pokemon by competitive standards that it makes people love it.
I think the Dunsparce was a response to everyone being like, Dunsparce should evolve into this really big dragon, and we're going to make it huge, and it's going to have spirals, and it's going to look a little bit like Rayquaza, and we'll make it fairy type, and it'll be so sick. And Game Freak was looking at all these posts, and they said, no, I don't think so. I think we'll do something a little bit different.
Terrible stats and bad typing.
I think we'll just make fun of Dunsparce.
That I can't even compare to a wet paper bag for fear of insulting the bag. But a beloved Pokemon with no viability is the perfect vessel for evolution. To use Dunsparce as a base, but improve it, fix its flaws, give it a fresh coat of paint and a new motor. Evolution is great because unlike regional variants and Mega Evolution, you aren't tied to the total stat points of the pre-evolution in any way when your Pokemon evolves. You want to just give it 100 more speed and I don't know, 50 more attack? Go nuts, kid. Evolution is also an opportunity to modify.
Okay. It's crazy that Incineroar made an appearance in the worst evolutions in Pokemon. I didn't think it would. I don't think it would be in this video specifically.
Typing. Dunsparce's popularity resulted in...
Oh my god, Chubby Sparse. That's kind of cute, actually. Okay, they're always made into dragons. I get it, though. They are a bit lizard-like. They're a bit snake-like, so it makes sense. It's probably based off of some mythological animal that eventually turns into a dragon or is related to dragons in some way. So I guess that's probably
20
why.
years of fan art imagining what secret wonders it was hiding. Maybe a huge dragon type with sprawling wings, putting the Salamances and Dragonites of the world to shame.
It looks like a Dunsparce Hydreigon fusion. Oh, I bet it is. I actually bet it is because it has the same legs, the long floaty legs, and it has the same like brushed up wing-dingdies. I don't even know what these are called, but whatever that is.
That isn't what we got. Instead, Game Freak left Dunsparce alone for 23 years, only to finally break out Dunsparce, a slightly longer Dunsparce. And you're probably thinking like, okay, but
you know, Pokemon likes to get a little goofy with it sometimes. You seen Mega Victory Bell? I love that
There
thing.
has to be some kind of gimmick, right? Surely if they were going to make us wait for 2 decades, they'd be giving us a little more juice, right? And the thing...
I think it's like a balancing act. For every Annihilate, there must be a Dunsparce to balance the scales. We can't have it tipping too far in one direction Otherwise, people either won't take it seriously anymore or it'll become a little bit too edgy and a bit boring.
Is that, yes, Dudunsparce actually does have a signature gimmick. When you evolve your Dunsparce into Dudunsparce, there is a 1 in 100 chance that your Dudunsparce will be slightly longer. It'll have—
Yo! Yes! Does your one segment make it any better in battle? Absolutely not. But it makes you think, ooh, look, I got one. That's pretty sick. And then you shiny hunt for a shiny Dudunsparce that is also a triple segment. And you probably spend about 500 years doing that. And by the time that you get it, you turn around and you say, look, everyone, look what I've got. And you gaze upon the nuclear wasteland that is the rest of the planet because it was destroyed 300 years earlier.
have one more segment to be exact, and that's it. There's no functional difference between Dudunsparce 2 segment and Dudunsparce 3 segment. It's just a cosmetic difference. I guess you can differentiate them by calling the longer one Dudunsparce. Dudunsparce is a pure normal type Pokemon with stats that are better than its pre-evolution.
Okay, it's like, wow. Oh, wow, it's really not. Wow, it is really not good. Oh my god, it's got, why does it have 80 special attack? Why does it have 85? No, sorry, 85 special attack. Goodness, that is completely unnecessary. What's it going to do with that? Boom burst? Well, I suppose it could actually. Yeah, there's not a lot going for this. I suppose it could be all right in Trick Room.
But not by enough to justify using it. They gave it a signature move called Hyper Drill, which is in theory good because it ignores protecting moves. But the problem is that Dudunsparce isn't actually strong enough to pressure opponents to protect in the first place. Now, to be clear, Dudunsparce is definitely more usable than Dunsparce. Like, you can use it, it just won't be very good. The main problem is that the stats just aren't good enough to keep up with the modern world, to be honest. Like, if you really wanted to use it, you could use, I don't know, it has the ability Serene Grace, which doubles the effect of secondary moves, and it gets the move Rock Slide, which, you know, has a high chance to flinch. But
unfortunately, you're so slow that you'll never go first to try and flinch anything anyway. I mean, listen, on the bright side, you could flinch, you know, slow, bro, so that's good.
Dudunsparce is really slow, but it does learn Tailwind, so maybe you could do something with that. I don't know. It's not a very good strategy, but it is really frustrating to play against. So if you want to try and make your opponents turn their Switch 1 into a Switch 2 the traditional way, you could use it, I guess. Also, in case you weren't aware, you also have a 1 in 100 chance to get a 3-segment subscribe button if you subscribe on this video specifically. This also gives you a 100.
But Wolfie, I've already subscribed and I don't want to unsubscribe. Look how close to 2 million subscribers you are, which you will probably have easily surpassed by the time that this video goes up on Patterrz.
100% chance of getting recommended other great videos in the future. It's actually not 100%. I don't know how YouTube's algorithm works. Sometimes it won't recommend videos, but you have a higher chance if you subscribe.
I don't think anyone knows how YouTube's algorithm works. It's this ethereal object that lives in the sky. It's like this creature that is completely understandable. It's like Cthulhu. It is so beyond our understanding that to gaze upon it would drive us completely insane in mere milliseconds. That's why YouTube doesn't reveal anything about the algorithm, because they are protecting humanity from the disaster and madness that would follow if we were to look upon it.
Right. Now, obviously, a lot of these cross-generation evolutions are a big success. Some of the other Generation 9 evolutions in particular have been amazing. In Scarlet and Violet's first 2 years, Farigiraf placed first and second at the World Championships, and Annihilape and Kingambit have both put up a ton of results too. But talking about—
And in exchange, there must be a terrible one.
Dudunsparce really got me thinking, what other cross-generational evolutions have missed the mark?
Drapion. Wait, no. That's not cross-generation. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I looked at the shadow and I just saw Drapion. I saw this. This would be the big arm here. The other arm's here. Its big head's here. I truly don't know where I got that from.
One that I was personally really disappointed by was Kleavor.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, yeah, of course, it's freaking Kleavor. You know, Kleavor's really good with Stone Axe. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter so much for VGC because you're not really using entry hazards as much as VGC.
Kleavor. That's what I think Kleavor sounds like. Scizor is—
What does Kleavor? Do we know what Kleavor sounds like? Kleavor, an anime cry. Kleavor's cries. Oh wait, hold on.
Did you see that?
Okay, hold on. Is he gonna say Kleavor or what? Okay, I wanna know what Kleavor sounds like. This is what it sounds like. Okay, does he say Kleavor? Is he gonna say Kleavor? Bruh! Okay, I've tried to find anime clips where Kleavor is in it to find out what Kleavor sounds like, but he doesn't speak in any of them. He's like a mute. Does no one know what Kleavor sounds like?
It's one of my favorite Pokemon. I actually used it to win US Nationals back in the day. And so when I heard that Scyther was getting a new evolution and that it was getting a signature move that could do something that no other Pokemon in the game could match, I was excited. However, when I finally tried Kleavor for myself, I was disappointed. Kleavor is a bug and rock type Pokemon. Can I just say, by the way, that every time I say a line like that, I feel like the frickin' Pokédex. Kleavor is a bug and rock type Pokemon. Are you getting that, or is that just me? Anyway, bug and rock.
Kleavor is big and scary. It has a really big axe. Don't get hit by it. It's really, that wouldn't be very good.
Are two of
That's not what the Pokedex
the
says.
single worst types in the game. But surprisingly, when you put them together, it's actually not as bad as you might think. Bug cancels out.
Yeah, Armadillo, Armaldo is pretty good. I always got confused on what was super effective against Cradily and Armaldo. Because I felt like they were the same. They were supposed to, in my head, they were supposed to be the same. So I use Surf and Armaldo, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's doing so much damage. That's great. And I do it on Cradily, it does nothing because its special defense is so high and it's not weak to it. And I think, oh, well, what's going on here? Is my game glitch?
3 of Rock's weaknesses to fighting grass and ground, and Rock resists the flying and fire type moves that Bug is weak to, resulting in only 3 weaknesses total, which is pretty good. And the stats are pretty well distributed, but there is a problem. While Kleavor
He's pretty fast. You know, you slap a choice scarf on this and you're living like Larry.
It doesn't have any glaring weaknesses in its stats. It also doesn't really have any huge strengths. It's not blazingly fast, supremely strong, or absurdly tanky. It's a pretty well-rounded jack of all trades. However, this isn't factoring in its ability Sharpness, which gives certain moves a massive power boost.
You know, if only Stone Axe had a bit higher base power. I mean, I understand why it's not. It gets boosted by Sharpness. Kleavor's 135 attack. It makes sense it would be a bit lower. But Stone Axe would be insane. I mean, it sets up the rocks. The setting up the rocks is so good.
Kleavor's
That's why it can miss.
Unfortunate weakness lies in its signature move, Stone Axe. This move should be ridiculous. It's a rock type move that, when it hits a target, sets up stealth rocks on the opponent's side of the field. Stealth rocks cause any Pokemon switching in on the opponent's side to take damage based on how weak to rock they are. They're normally not worth setting up because in the official competitive format, you only bring 4 Pokemon to any given match, and 2 of those Pokemon start out already on the field. So even if you get stealth rocks up turn 1,
yeah, in singles, Stealth Rocks is amazing. One of, if not the best move in singles battles. That's why you always run it. And it's becoming harder and harder to like get rid of them because Defog is on way less Pokemon now. But in doubles,
you might only ever damage.
Seems a bit pointless.
2 Pokemon with them before the end of the battle. Stealth Rocks normally can only be set up by using the move, well, Stealth Rocks, which doesn't do anything except set up Stealth Rocks. I'm never going to be able to say Stealth Rocks again after this. Now, of course, if there were a better way of setting them up, of course you would love to have them. Breaking Focus Ashes and dealing a quarter of Incineroar's health every time it switches in is great, but it's just not.
And then you'd force Incineroar to run heavy duty boots all the time.
Spending an entire attack for. What makes Kleavor so appealing is the fact that Stone Axe sets up the Stealth Rocks while dealing damage. But Stone Axe is also the problem. You might think that the issue is that it's a relatively weak move.
Oh, is that not the issue? Oh, the issue is that it can miss. That's what's going to be the issue. 10% chance to miss. No, thank you, sir.
And only 65 base power. But remember, Kleavor has the ability Sharpness, making Stone Axe a perfectly respectable attack. The true issue is that, for some reason I cannot fathom, Stone Axe has only 90% accuracy. This might not sound like a huge deal, but remember, Kleavor isn't so strong that landing a hit is going to pick up a KO most of the time. And it's also not so bulky that it can afford to take hits without doing anything back. 90% accuracy sounds pretty good, but Kleavor just can't afford to miss.
Yeah, 90% accuracy sounds good until you start using 90% accurate moves. And you think, how is this possible? How can it be possible that I've just missed 3 in a row? It's 90% accurate. How has this happened? It's like rolling a 2 or a 1 on a 20-sided dice 3 times in a row. But it's happened. It's happened to everyone. It's happened to all of us.
1 out of every 10 attacks.
Anyone that's rolled a dice anyway.
Without a reliable rock type move, competitive players just couldn't justify the rock and bug typing or the awkwardly distributed base stats. And poor Kleavor got left in the ancient past of Hisui. A Pokemon from the ancient past of the franchise that's always felt like a disappointment competitively is Blossom. Now, I really love Blossom's design, so before you type
But it has Strength Sap and Quiver Dance now. Like, that's so good.
Angry comment. I'm on your.
I guess for doubles, it's really not that good, to be honest. But in singles, it's really nice.
I think it's an incredibly designed Pokemon. But also, because the design is so great, I think I feel extra let down that it's just such a garbage Pokemon competitively. Now, to be fair, Blossom is from Johto. And if you look at a lot of the.
Yeah. And look at the Johto Pokedex, everyone. Look at how bad that is. I'm sorry.
Johto Pokemon.
I'll always love to dunk on Johto because it's a relatively low-powered generation, but just something being low-powered doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. It does, however, okay. It might, okay, they might be bad. They are bad. Most of the Pokemon in Generation 2 are bad in battle. But that doesn't mean they're not good. Well, okay, it does mean they're not good by the definition of the word good. But it doesn't mean that they can't be full of love and happiness. And at the end of the day, what matters more? Being able to violently dismember your foes, or being able to bring joy and love and happiness? Because I don't know which one. Please answer the question in the comment section below. I love Furret. I'll always say I love Furret.
It's pretty clear that they weren't designing with competitive play in mind. But even ignoring the fact that Blossom has stats worse than Magmar.
Oh my god, wow. Wow, this is a maxed evolution Pokemon? Jeez.
There's another issue. The typing. It's pretty rare for a Pokemon to go from a dual type pre-evolution to a single type evolution, but that's exactly what happened to poor Blossom. From a grass and poison type Gloom to a pure grass type Dancer. At least the design is cute. Blossom did get given a little treat in the form of After You, which is a move that forces the target to move immediately after the user. This would, in theory, allow it to pair with strong sun-setting attackers like Torkoal or Groudon, activating Blossom's Chlorophyll ability and allowing its buddy to fire off a super fast Eruption or Precipice Blades before the opponent can move. There's only one problem. Okay, there's several problems.
I'm surprised that he was able to find footage of that actually being used, though. Like, genuinely, that sounds like such a niche thing. They would never actually be used, but he's found it. He's done it.
There's a bunch of Pokemon that do this better. Also, for whatever reason, Blossom is actually really slow, so even in the sun, it's not necessarily going to be outspeeding all the Pokemon you would want.
It's a Dancer, not a runner.
Now, I did just mention Magmar, and that's actually another category of Pokemon that I want to talk about. Specifically, I want to talk about evolutions that only matter because they happen to make their pre-evolution better. This is
we love Eviolite, don't we, folks?
only possible because of the Eviolite item, which increases both defensive stats by a whopping 50%, but only works on Pokemon that can still evolve further. Eviolite tends to be pretty decent on these cross-generation evolutions because the starting Pokemon was designed intending to be the final form. Evolutions like Magmortar, Electivire, Honchkrow, Blissey, and Tangrowth see basically zero use in competitive play, because by evolving, they lose access to the Eviolite item, and their stats don't increase enough via evolution to actually justify using them. It's worth noting that most of the Pokemon that shine in this category are support-oriented Pokemon, not intending to do damage, but instead to fill a utility role.
I love Porygon 2 so much. The entire Porygon line is maybe one of the best lines of all time. The glitchiness of Porygon Z it fills my heart with so much joy. But not as much joy as using code Patterrz at Gamer Subs does, where you can buy delicious beverages and find fantastic merchandise there. And you can use code Patterrz to get money off. Yes, you can.
Magmar, Electabuzz, and Tangela support the team with redirection, while Murkrow offers speed control in the form of Tailwind. Murkrow's an interesting case because while its stats aren't amazing even with Eviolite, it's still
This is such a weird stat spread. Why does it have 42 defense and 42 special effect? Why does it have 91 speed? This is such a weird lineup.
Always used instead of Honchkrow because Honchkrow loses access to the incredible ability Prankster when it evolves. Now, funnily enough, Chansey is the exception to this rule. When Chansey has been seen in competitive play, it's normally as this kind of terrible raid boss that is one of the most frustrating Pokemon to go up against.
Chansey with Eviolite, if you have a special team, honestly, just run. Just run at that point. It's not worth it.
Now, it hasn't been used.
There are better things to do with your time than try and whittle down Chansey with only special moves.
For a couple of years now, but the way the strategy used to work is that you would pair Chansey with a Pokemon like Shuckle or Carbink, who knew the attack Guard Split. Guard Split averages the defenses of the user and the target. So if Chansey has 60 defense and Shuckle has 300, they would each end up with 180 defense.
Oh, and then you Eviolite buff it?
Importantly, though, this average happens before the Eviolite is applied, so Chansey's 180 defense is actually 270. This is what makes Blissey irrelevant. Even though its base defense is literally double Chansey's, that's...
Oh, I mean... that's really not saying much, to be honest. There's not many Pokemon that have single-digit statistics. It really requires a lot of effort to get that.
Sounds more impressive than it is. I mean, it's base 5 versus base 10. 5 points higher sounds a lot less impressive than double, whatever. It doesn't really matter because when you factor in the Eviolite, Blissey is actually way less tanky than Chansey, even when you don't factor in Guard Split. Now, this next one isn't exactly a cross-generational evolution, but it's also not a cross-generational evolution. I don't really know where to put this one, but basically, I want to talk about Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu was added to the game right after I won the World Championships with regular Raichu. And maybe it's because I just like Raichu, but over the years, I've tried to make it work a couple times.
Yo, Mega Evolution is going to make Raichu so good. I cannot wait to see what Mega Evolution does for Raichu X and Y. It's going to be so sick. I don't know what their abilities are going to be. Obviously, they're not going to have the abilities in Legend ZA because the game just doesn't have abilities to begin with. But they're going to get abilities in like Champions, and obviously they're going to be included in that at some point, if not when the game is released, but when at some point it'll be released in the future because they're going to have Mega Evolution, they're going to have a Dynamax, they're going to have Z moves, they're going to have all that bloody stuff. It's going to be great. But I can't believe that Raichu is finally going to be like a threatening Pokemon. It's going to be so scary. I wonder what it's going to change when we make videos. How is the new Mega Evolutions gonna affect how we make teams? We can have so many new video ideas. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for it. Pokemon Champions seems really exciting. I hope that we can actually make these like Then We Fight videos and Pokemon Champions because, oh my god, imagine combining Dynamax with Terrestrialization or combining Mega Evolution with Terrestrialization. You're gonna make videos with one Mega Evolution, one Terrestrialization. You can't. Oh, there's so many rules you can make. Oh my god, I'm theory crafted all the rules in my head already. Like, oh, you have a video where you can use one of the gimmicks, so maybe you unlock gimmicks as you go through the battles. Oh, cinema. It's gonna be so fun.
And it has always fallen short. The issue is really that Alolan Raichu is set up to be this fast special attacker, but at the same time, it is tied to Raichu's stats, which just aren't very good. And that means that you have Alolan Raichu, who's this like special attacker in theory, but it's actually not that strong. Now, Alolan Raichu does have a signature Z move and a signature ability, plus it's got one of the best shiny forms in the game, in my opinion.
What the hell is Stoked Spark? Oh, it's this Stoked Spark Surfer. It paralyzes the target when it hits. I've never seen this Z move before. I feel like I need to look at it now. Stoked Spark Surfer. Can I look at a video for it? Oh, I can. Okay. All right, here we go. Stoked Spark Surfer. Yo, shout out to Raz 2 from 4 years ago. You uploaded this 4 years ago? When did Ultra Sun and Moon come out? I don't think I've seen anyone ever use this before. The fact that they make the unique Z moves. They spent all this time animating unique Z moves for specific Pokemon that never actually get used. Okay, the vibes on that are pretty good. Jesus Christ, that Wishy-Washy just got absolutely annihilated. My god. I do like the pose that he used, though. It's pretty sick.
But if you want to actually win, Alolan Raichu probably won't help you get there. Okay, as long as I'm bending the criteria a little bit, I want to talk about some Mega Evolutions. Now, technically, this is an evolution that happens in a later generation, so don't yell at me in the comments, okay? Now, the biggest offender of any of the Mega Evolutions is, in my opinion, Mega Garchomp. You would think that giving one of the single best Pokemon of all time a new form with 100 more stat points would create a monster that could ruin competitive play, but
not if you get rid of its speed. Oh, why did they make it slower? Making it slower but more bulky was just such a bad idea. It has a crazy edgy. It looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan.
somehow, Game Freak managed to make Mega Garchomp worse than regular Garchomp. For some reason that I truly cannot fathom, they dumped 40 of its new stat points into its special attack stat, which is almost maximally inefficient since it wastes as many points as possible while still not being enough to actually justify using.
This is min-maxing, but you're trying to min-max the worst possible stat distribution that you could. They made it slower, and then they were like, let's bump up its special attack. People love using special Garchomp. Now, don't get me wrong, special Garchomp can be used. Like, Fire Blast is great against Ferrothorn, and if you can have a quad effective move, that's great. But that was so dumb for a Mega Evolution.
Special attacker. Even worse than the special attack, though, is the fact that for some reason,
they didn't want it to be absolute monster. That would have been like they wanted other Megas to be viable. Then why did they make Mega Rayquaza? I don't believe that they still wanted other Mega Evolutions to be viable because they made Mega Rayquaza, Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, and they said, you know what? That's all you need in the world.
Mega Garchomp actually gets slower, losing 10 of its speed points. This puts it from 102 base speed before Mega Evolution to 92 after. Now, 10 points might not sound like a lot, but back in the day, the general rule for if a Pokemon was fast was if it had more than 100 base speed. Garchomp at 102.
100 is like the baseline of are you fast or not?
Is fast. Mega Garchomp at 92. Not so much. And there were a lot of good Mega Evolutions sitting exactly at that base 100 mark, including Mega Kangaskhan and Mega Charizard Y. So for Garchomp to go from outspeeding those Pokemon to underspeeding them, not a good look. To add insult,
especially since those Mega Evolutions are already like so incredibly powerful. Mega Kangaskhan was so ridiculous they had to nerf it in the next generation. And Mega Blaziken also like insanely powerful as well. Ubers and singles. I'm not really sure how it did in doubles.
Injury, Mega Garchomp's ability is also a downgrade. It gains Sand Force, which does absolutely nothing unless the sand is up. Regular Garchomp has two arguably better abilities in Rough Skin, which does good passive damage, especially against the most popular Mega and Kangaskhan.
Sand Veil.
And Sand Veil, which also only activates in sand.
See, this would work. Sand Force would work if it had Sand Stream as its regular ability. If it was like Mega Tyranitar, where it starts with Sandstream, and then if it Mega Evolved and got Sand Force afterwards, I actually don't know if Mega Tyranitar gets a different ability afterwards. I don't think it does. But if you start by setting up the weather, and then you can evolve to take advantage of the weather, that's a great combo. But it doesn't. It starts with Sand Veil.
But gives
instead.
all moves targeting Garchomp a chance to miss, which will normally have a bigger impact than the power boost from Sand Force. Putting everything together and keeping in mind that you need to give up both your item and your Mega Evolution if you want to use Mega Garchomp, it's not a mystery why it never saw any play. Now, okay, I can't figure out if one of my all-time favorite Pokemon actually belongs on this list. That's not true. It certainly doesn't belong on this list, but I want to talk about it anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. What do y'all know about Chimecho?
What? What? Chimecho? Okay, that's completely thrown me off. I'm speechless. What's Chimecho? What?
So Chimecho doesn't technically belong on this list because, like, rather than being a Pokemon who had an evolution introduced later on, instead it's a Pokemon who had a pre-evolution introduced in a later generation. And that's Chingling, baby. I think Chingling is probably one of the most forgettable baby Pokemon. I love Chimecho and I don't have any
Does it count as a baby Pokemon? I thought it was just a pre-evolution.
kind of opinion about Chingling. Maybe people like it. I don't know. If people like it, they'll tell me in the comments for sure. I love Chimecho's design. I love its silly little face, but I don't love
I mean, it is like silly. It looks like the kind of Pokemon you would throw for your dog to fetch.
it competitively. Listen, Chimecho isn't even the best non-legendary Psychic-type Pokemon introduced in Generation 3 with Levitate, okay? And that's not even comparing it to some of the monsters that they're letting out of the cages nowadays. My question is...
I miss Claydol so much. Claydol's a fun little guy.
If they were going to introduce a pre-evolution in Generation 4, why not just introduce an evolution instead? Chimecho is so bad that it's one of the only times a Pokemon has received a stat increase between generations.
This sounds like a stand-up comedy routine. Chimecho is so bad. How bad is it? Chimecho is so bad, they gave it a baby, and it's just about as strong as Chimecho is. This is a reminder to myself to never, ever do stand-up comedy. That it would be so bad.
In Sun and Moon, Chimecho received a whopping 30 extra stat points.
What? Okay, in what, like special attack? Speed?
Which is about a third of a Mega Evolution. And yet, it is so bad that it doesn't matter at all. Even giving Chimecho 100 more stat points.
They did the same for like Masquerain. They boosted Masquerain like ever so slightly by like the tiniest of margins. And Butterfree, I think, as well. And it just didn't matter. I don't think anyone even noticed.
Points probably wouldn't have been enough. I'm hopeful that Chimecho will one day receive a little love. A Mega Evolution or a real evolution. But until then, it's staying in the box.
I don't even think a Chimecho Mega Evolution would be able to do anything unless it had the most cracked ability of all time.
There's other Pokemon that fall.
Yo, okay, here's an idea for a Chimecho Mega Evolution. The little nubs on the side of its heads turn into anchor arms. Massive, muscly biceps. And it gets huge power and 100 speed. And there you go, you can make it good then.
To this category too, like Sudowoodo getting Bonsly, Jinx getting Smoochum, and Mantine getting Mantike. But truthfully, I only wanted to talk about Chimecho because it's one of my favorites. Sorry.
Aww,
anyway, there's only one more Pokemon that I want to talk about in this video. One of the most bizarre looking Pokemon ever made, Probopass. Probopass is a weird Pokemon, but I guess that's probably obvious. I mean, if you've ever seen this thing, you know that it's a weird Pokemon, right? Putting aside...
I mean, it's like the Nigel Thornberry of
the creative design. It's also a weird Pokemon from a competitive lens. Probopass is the evolved form of Nosepass. I'm doing the Pokedex thing. Probopass is the evolved form of Nosepass. People, feed me.
It's the rocket steel type to reflect its magnetic powers.
Blocks. What do they give Rotom? I don't know. Anyway, Nosepass also has a weird design, but this isn't a design video, okay? I'm talking about...
That's just a guy. I'm sorry, that's just a man.
But competitive. I'm talking about evolution. Who knows what I'm talking about? Okay, let me talk about Nosepass, Probopass, whatever. Okay, hold on. Nosepass is pretty clearly designed to be like the single stage garbage Pokemon you find in a cave that you use.
I'm sorry. I just saw Tobias's message in the chat, and it really threw me off for a second because you're like, "Wow, made it back," and then I kind of like skipped the sentence, and then you say, "It's all I'm gonna do is pop my kettle on and sharpen my chainsaw." I was like, "Whoa." These are not like each other. This Just gonna pop the kettle on and sharpen my chainsaw. I'm like, whoa! Wow, that's not what I thought the sentence was gonna say.
To be Flannery, because you have
Good on you, Tobias. I hope you have a very sharp chainsaw at the end of the day, and it can cut through many trees.
nothing else, and then you leave it in your box forever, right? And again, that's fine. I don't have an issue with Pokemon being bad. Like, I think it's good for Pokemon to be bad, right? Especially during a playthrough of a game. But the weird thing about Probopass is, as far as I can tell, I think they actually tried to make it good. Let's just look at Probopass's defenses.
No, they didn't. No. They didn't try and make Probopass good. Have you seen Probopass? It's got a quad weakness to ground. It's got, what, sturdy and magnet pull. It has the most ridiculous defenses of all time and, like, no way to take advantage of it. I guess it does have a lot of resistances. That's true. It does have 2 quad weaknesses. Though I suppose that the things that it's quad weak to, it has, like, good enough defense to survive a hit. But it also has really bad HP. So it can't tank a hit. It's really slow. It's got no power to speak of whatsoever. And it learns, like, what, Zap Cannon? But it doesn't get stab on Zap Cannon? What is this Pokemon even doing? Its big endgame moveset is lock on Zap Cannon, but it's not even stab. So you got... Like, what is Probopass even doing? What's it supposed to do here?
The HP is a little low, but the defenses are so high that they can probably make up for it. These are very good defensive stats, okay? And unlike many Rock-type Pokemon, Probopass even has good special defense.
Oh, YouTube, you all right today?
The problem is when we look at the other stats. Not one of these stats I would put into the usable category. That being said, there are Pokemon out there that have pretty bad offensive stats and pretty bad speed that are still good in competitive play because they excel at supporting their team, like Amoonguss or Cresselia. And on the one hand,
what does Probopass even do to support any Pokemon here? What does it get? It gets Magnetic Flux, of course. Yes, it raises the defense and special defense of any Pokemon on the user's team that has the plus or minus ability. Oh my god, we found the hidden tech. You use Probopass with Plusle. Okay, you know what? Never mind, I take it back. Probopass is absolutely incredible. Massive day for all the Raid-away enjoyers out there. They are pumping their fists right now. They're having so much fun.
Probopass was given an audition for this role because, unlike Nosepass, who is a pure rock type, Probopass...
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't let this go. What the fuck is the point of the Magnetic Flux move? Why did they do this? Why did they make this? This is not a buff for Plusle or Minun. This is an insult. I cannot comprehend what the point of any of this was.
Gains the best.
They spent valuable development time programming that into the game when they could have been... I don't know, making Mega Charizard Z instead.
Type in the game in Steel. But the problem is, Steel just happens to be one of the worst types to pair with Rock. Steel and Rock combine for 2 double weaknesses to fighting and ground, plus a regular weakness to water. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it's also not great to have a double weakness. But even this could have been forgiven if not for the move pool. Apart from Wide Guard, none of Probopass's moves are all that useful when
Guys, Magnetic Flux is... I can't keep looking at it. What is this moveset? It doesn't even get... Does it get Flash Cannon? Does it even... What's the point? What's happening here? It's a Rock and Steel type that gets like exclusively Electric type moves. Why didn't you just make it Electric type to begin with? Why is it Steel? Because magnets are made of metal? All right, I mean, make it Steel Electric then. I mean, at least do that. I mean, it's not going to, improve it all that much, but... At least it'll have stab moves. Okay, it does learn Flash Cannon via TM and not naturally because it's too busy learning freaking Magnetic Flux instead.
It comes to supporting your team. Yes, it can Thunder Wave, but it's too slow to really make good use of it. Same with Gravity. It can set up an Iron defense, but that doesn't help when it's still taking twice as much damage from fighting and ground moves, even after doubling its defense. It gets Helping Hand, which I won't pretend to understand. Are those things hands? Are they supposed to be hands? I thought they were just like floating.
Are they like little nose passes that have fused into the Probopass?
Magnet rock things. Anyway, it doesn't even matter because the truth is that Helping Hand is given to almost every Pokemon in the game. It's not like a reason to use Probopass. But in a way, I guess it is fitting that Probopass gets Helping Hand because if there's one Pokemon on this list that needs a little help, it might be Probopass. Or actually Dudunsparce. Game Freak will presumably continue to give older Pokemon new evolutions.
If they make Mega Probopass and it's not Electric type, I think we got to do something.
Only time will tell whether they'll create absolute monstrosities or complete disappointments. Realistically, probably both. All I hope...
Oh my god, Probopass should be Electric Steel. It's a magnet. Come on, man. It's a magnet. You have a Pokemon named Magneton, and it's Electric Steel. Why is it Rock? I guess rocks can be magnetic. I suppose. I don't know. I don't understand. Propass could have been really sick. It could have been really cool. And then they spent their time making magnetic flux instead of, you know, doing anything else, I suppose. I don't really know what's going on there. But anyway. That was the end of that video. It was a fantastic video. I absolutely loved that as usual. I just have so much fun reacting to videos. I like talking with you guys. I like seeing what the chat's saying, the reactions and all that. I think that's great. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Wolfie. And thank you guys for hanging out. Much appreciated, everybody. And I will see you guys a little bit later.